but you can't fuck. Why you have left when you can have more? I put a whole bag and I give you more. You better save it all when I'm on tight. You better ask Fonz, I'm a real shooter. I only shoot threes in the fourth quarter. Baby, turn around, go, you wanna play.
They only shoot threes in the fourth quarter. You heard? That mean he trying to take the game. You heard?
You on that Dave Lillard shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. LeBron should have been shooting them motherfuckers though, for sure. Niggas got eliminated, man. Shout out to my man Triggaace, man. He just dropped the tape, man. Exit 143 Vibes of the Parkway, man.
It's a long ass title, man.
That is a long ass title. That's some light skin shit for sure. That shit right there is different. Tape fire though, bro. Like definitely got some vibes on that, man. I know all the ladies gonna love that, man. But that's my light skinned brother though, for sure, man.
Yeah, it took me. I'm not an R&B dude. It took me a while to get into it. You get what I'm saying? Cause that's all about fucking, man.
That's it.
I don't know X videos, man. You get what I'm saying? But that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is fire. I ain't gonna hold you. That's fire.
All I know is X videos though. That's wild. But definitely go stream my stream my man A shit on all platforms. I personally stream my shit on Tidal, but I mean to each his own. You know, definitely check him out on SoundCloud. You know what I mean? The tape is out for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think he just started SoundCloud too, right? So
I believe so.
So just definitely hit him up on that SoundCloud too.
That's a fact, man. I might have to put his Instagram down in the bottom and definitely in the description box, man. Welcome to the Hustle Crew Podcast. Your boy Ra.
Boston for Statham.
You feel me?
Statham for Boston, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying?
Whichever way, you gonna still get this work.
You step
feel
on
me?
me. I ain't lucky. You ain't gonna step on me.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Kyrie, you ain't gonna step on me. You know
Real talk, and we call ourselves the PodFathers, you heard?
That's a fact.
I'm just letting you know it right now. We're the best thing popping out here.
That's a fact.
I said it. I said you speak things into existence, man.
You speak is truth.
You speak things into existence, man. What's going on though, man?
I can't call it, man. You get what I'm saying? We just opened up a little cat guy, a little summertime drink.
That's
You
a
know what
fact.
I'm saying? It's like 102 in this motherfucker.
So don't worry if I pull out that towel. You feel me? Go to church on one of you boys. I'm about to go to church today. Don't worry about it. We got some things on the vine for
You know,
sure.
He from Mississippi. You know, he's a rag. He's trying to wipe in his face. That's some old school shit.
Cause God, 1 second, congregation. Let me stop playing with this. Before Jehovah's Witness show up here, man.
Towel be dirty and stuff. Nigga wiping his face. Cummy towel. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I know what it is. I know the vibes.
Real talk, man. But man, this week's been crazy, man.
Yeah, it's been hectic, though.
I ain't gonna lie. I went to the doctor, right? So, I didn't realize how mental health is really a thing now. Like, it is really a whole thing, right? So I went to the doctor's office like I normally do every so often, roughly every 4 months or so, three to 4 months. I don't know what you niggas doing if you ain't out here getting checked out. I don't know what the fuck going on with you. Niggas got high blood pressure out here, me. Built like a linebacker. Body ain't nowhere ready for that, dude. That's the crazy part. But now, so I go into the doctor's office and they give me this questionnaire asking me about like my mental health. Like asking me about like whether have I had like suicidal thoughts recently and all this stuff. So, and then I'm just scrolling through the page and I look down. I notice Pfizer actually produced this fucking questionnaire. Which is odd for me because Pfizer is actually the people that actually does the fucking vaccines too. Listen, so what the fuck is going on out here, man?
I would have told her, listen, I'm not even here for that. I just got this little itch down here. I'm trying to get something. You help me with that? I'll be
that
cool.
That ain't got an itch. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful.
I'll be fine. You hit me? You get what I'm saying? Cool with that.
I asked me about all that, bitch. I'm here for the blood pressure medication. I don't know what the fuck this questionnaire is for. I'm okay. I'm perfectly okay, man.
I think in our group chat, we had a group chat the other day, and I think what Ray did, so I thought the Ray, he asked people rate your mental health today.
Right.
You know, from 0 to 100. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 being like, you have like no stress, you know what I'm saying? Like you just
realize everybody numbers low.
Everybody numbers is like 70, bro.
I'm surprised,
nigga was like 70. You know
I'm surprised niggas ain't down there at 50. I'm at 50 at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't telling that doctor that, nigga. Bitch ain't about to put me in there.
Yeah, just sign this paperwork. We'll put you in this facility.
You see niggas with them white jackets come on in there. You gotta get this nigga off the streets, bro. Yo.
You'd have been a hard time getting up out of there, man. But, you know, that was something new to me. I never had, like, you never rate, like, you know, your mental... Because it varies, bro. Like depending on situations, like
depending on the day, actually.
Yeah.
Because who knows? I mean, your mom could have cursed you out this morning. So mental health is all off the day. If your mom cursed you out, your mental health can be just she gonna be fucked up all day long. Now you might get a customer that kind of curse you out, it's fine. But mom's curse you out, it's an issue. You off. You trying to figure out what you done did wrong. The dishes you ain't washed. Think about anything at this point. Can I go back in the house? Like, everything. So I mean, but mental health is actually a thing, and I'm happy that it is a thing. But I just feel like that we need to normalize it within our communities, though, a little bit more. You know what I mean? The object of a man is different. Like the thought process of a man is different. So I think once you start to normalize that, and getting people some help, I think that'd be beneficial. Don't just question them, but try to help them out.
Yeah, 'cause I think we was talking about it the other day. Well, or maybe earlier today. It was like everything you was taught when you was a kid, almost everything that you taught when you was a kid, like you grow up and you like, yo, that was wrong. And it doesn't fit like today's, societal norms. Like it's not, like for instance, like telling the kid, somebody hits you hit them back. That's not politically, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not right in today's norm. You get me? Like you're teaching the kid violence, teaching the kid hate.
Teaching kids violence over being a better person or a bigger person.
Retaliation and, instead of what's name. And so, you think about that. Also, like when a kid cry, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk. You're teaching the kid how to match their emotions, which is not good. It's not good as well. Like, it's a lot of things we can be happy about. You get what I'm saying in this world, but we just, we don't take time to sit back and reflect on it. We just keep it moving. You get me? So.
And you said it comes from unconsciously, parenting, really. And it's not their fault. It's because what they learned also. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, I feel like within our community, we pass on something more than we pass on anything else, and that's trauma. So when we're looking to, be the best parent that we can be, the only thing we can do is reflect on what we were taught. So we unconsciously, like I said, reteach, redistribute those things. And like I said, it's definitely to the point that you just made. You know what I mean? Because I remember times where, you got popped. Like, shut the fuck up.
That was like only thing.
Tighten up.
Only thing that was passed down was that belt.
Yes, a fact.
That was your ass passed down. That thick ass belt.
That and that fucking switch that Al had. That's a little bit different. We had to line up for the fucking slippers. That was.
That shit traveled all.
That shit was torture.
That shit traveled from Mississippi to North. You know what I'm saying?
That's some southern shit.
That's a fact.
Did you ever notice how southern our parents and grandparents are? Just like even terminology, like the way my grandmother speak is very southern. My grandmother never visited the South ever. Like it's like an old slave mentality.
It's like I get what you're saying.
Hear like certain things you should be like, yo, that's some shit you might hear in the South, like you won't hear. Daddy. You're like, who the fuck is daddy? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like that. But to go back to the point, just like I said, just teaching us things that unconsciously, like we carry on forever, and those things become a big issue because when you wonder why a man is doing the things he do and he's that hard and he's not showing any emotion, a lot of times because of things that he was taught, and in those first 13 years she was told not to show emotion. When he was hurting, shut up, be a man, I'm a boy, you grow up, you hear those things, and then it turns into a real issue down the line when we should make it more acceptable for that kid to express himself, you know what I mean? And whichever way from, whether it's cry, whether it's talk it out, whether if it's fucking scream, well, go into a room, close the door and scream, you know what I mean? To be able to release those emotions as opposed to bottle it up. Because I'm gonna be honest, that shit traumatized me for years. Because still to this day, I bottle up all my emotions. I don't put shit out there. Like, I be going through hell in my head, but I'll never put it out there to the world. I'll kind of, go behind closed doors and have my own way of releasing.
And it's also bad too, because like a lot of people.
I'm getting crazy right now, girl.
Oh, wow, that Travis getting to you?
Yeah, Travis juice, man. That Travis juice, no homo, pause. I know you niggas get down.
You said that Travis juice all over. You know what I'm saying? Squirting all over.
Oh, pause. This nigga's wild.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying, like. Yeah, it's a real thing. I'm happy, like normalizing going to talk to someone, like when things don't seem cool. You get me? Like, I'm happy that's becoming normal.
Right.
I mean, I don't use that tactic as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to keep everything to myself. But, it's okay to talk to some people now and then. You get me? Like, that's cool. We was taught that. Like, if you're going to see a shrink, we was taught that something's wrong.
Yo, you crazy. That nigga ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. That nigga is sped egg, man.
They say cuckoo. It's like,
that nigga cuckoo.
Yeah, like something off.
Yeah,
you get me?
that's
Like,
a fact.
but that's not true. Like,
Nah.
it's not true. It's
Right.
like it's just getting your thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? So you won't hurt yourself or hurt somebody, or you know.
And there was different forms that like they used to tell us, like you can write shit on paper. Sometimes people are better, talking to people. And sometimes I feel like it's better to talk to a stranger. You know what I mean? And not just a stranger, but like for instance, like I was going through like some little like mental shit, and there was this lady, her name is Zula. I think I mentioned her before on the podcast, but I was going through some shit, and she's a very, very pro self or pro black woman.
Shaka Zula.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know if it's Shaka Zula, but it's Zula, nigga. This nigga's like, shit.
I thought she got.
She ain't about to come looking for me.
I thought she had got that from the. I apologize.
But yeah, so and she's a very spiritual lady, and I was going through some
definitely
going through a down. Boy, that's a fact. Spiritual. I'm saying spiritual as in her own whatever she believed in, but you know what I mean. So I had a conversation with her and just was telling her how I felt. And in that moment, she empowered me. She gave me some word of advice that made me like stop and really look at myself. And like, I think we need to, like you say, we need to normalize that. We need to normalize going to somebody and having that conversation. Whether it's your mentor, whether it's your best friend, whether it's somebody that you can really vent to and really tell somebody how you feel. And sometimes it makes you feel better. I'm be honest, sometimes me telling people my issues doesn't get that out. Sometimes the podcast is better therapy than anything else, with me having a fucking conversation with my friends, with my cousin, you know what I mean, and really just being somewhere else, because I feel like when I'm here, I don't think about nothing else that's going on out in the world, you know what I mean. We might be talking about topics, but we're here, you know what I mean.
I think for me, I create through it. Like I try to find outlets, or I try to find just different things to create through, like whatever pain you're going through. Which is not always the best case, because when you're trying to create something, you end up just working through it. So you end up just like putting everything in the background and you just carrying it with you. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that you definitely want to do either. You just want to unload and release. But every now and then, X videos do.
This thing, that jerk is lotion, you heard?
Unload and release, you get what I'm saying? But
now fuck all that, bro. What's up with the bottle though? You feel me? I hit that bottle. That's where I'm at with it.
What you mean? I hit that?
Oh nah, that's little light sparkling sight. That shit did nothing for nobody.
What bottle you talking about?
That hen dog, man.
Oh nah, you good? I'm good
that
on that.
Mad Dog 2020.
Hey, listen,
you feel
I'm
me?
good on that, man. That's
fuck you talking about?
Definitely need to go see somebody after drinking that.
The Mad Dog 2020, huh?
Oh shit.
Only niggas that drink that is straight fiend. You heard?
No lie. When it was
Now, let's hear
when
conversation.
gas prices were going crazy, when we couldn't get like people couldn't get gas and stuff like that.
Yes, man.
Niggas running to the store buying Hennessy, and I couldn't figure out the correlation
What's
between
Hennessy and gasoline?
Hennessy and gasoline.
Right.
So it's either people are depressed, so they're going to drink more, right?
Right.
Or your car can run off Hennessy because anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure it out. Yo, listen.
One fish, two fish. That shit just sounded like that. He said some bullshit. Don't let this man get you caught up.
Niggas went
Wait, I tell Farrakhan about this shit.
Niggas went out there, they trying that Hennessy too. Niggas said that shit worked.
His shit choking out here. That shit.
Yo,
That nigga got a sip in it. This it. That nigga hood gonna be smoking by the time he gets to the end of the block, and it's hot out there.
Hennessy tastes like gas.
Yo, this
Hennessy, Hennessy is a horrible drink, and you people out there gas it up like it's the best thing. Hennessy is disgusting, bro. It's horrible.
That shit hit different though when that shit kick in.
Yeah, but
I had Hennessy one time in life. I went out, I think it was, I don't know if it was my birthday week, I don't remember what the fuck it was. I went out with some old friends from high school. And I normally only do like either Patron and Red Bull or like vodka and Red Bull. That's my only drink. 2 limes, Yurt. So, 2 limes, Yurt. So I only fuck with that drink, so I can drink that all day. But I'm like, fuck it, this is party time. Get like 2 shots. I got 2 cups of Henny. That shit hit me different. I just got angry. I just wanted to, that shit is an angry drink.
I think you was off Henny when you fucked Shaka Hookah Lounge up too. Yo, so I had the
Shout out to New June,
so I
bro.
had the coals all in my man couch and everything. Shit burning. Yo. That was crazy.
I was throwing alcohol and shit. That was a different night.
Yeah.
That was my
That was
21st
crazy.
birthday. That was my 21st birthday. What the fuck? No, so I had 21 shots of fucking, what's the name? 1800. 21 shots. If I'm not mistaken, her name was Beauty, I believe. She was a bartender. She was a person that used to come down to the hookah lounge a lot.
How you remember that, man?
Cause she was a bartender. Get the fuck out of here. This nigga always insinuates some shit. Always insinuates. So she was a bartender. So I came down. She gave me 21 shots because I just turned 21. And I was buying after that, nigga. We got there at like, let me say roughly at like 10:15. Nigga, I was done by like 11:15. I was nodding off. It was over. I'm like, I think that's when Bel Air had first came out. I popped the shit. I'm throwing liquor in there. Wow, that was a crazy fucking day. And a hookah lounge.
Yeah.
That was the craziest shit ever.
Civilized.
Civilized,
A
exactly.
lot of y'all fucked the hookah up too, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, they fucked that lounge up.
Y'all in there twerking.
That shit, niggas smoking miles in there.
Smoking miles in the hookah. Like, a lot of y'all niggas fucked hookah up. Like, I don't even look at hookah.
Sliz ass niggas. Just fuck the whole lounge up. Niggas can't go there no more.
That's a fact. Like, that shit's supposed to be like a Zen experience. Like, you
That's
go to the
fact.
hookah lounge, that shit look like Marlowe's now.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit look crazy in there. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Now, Neutrals was really that spot though.
And
That shit was hopping.
But
That shit
niggas
was
are
hopping
coming.
for
It's
me.
a hookah lounge though. Niggas are coming in. It's not a hookah bar. It's a hookah lounge. Like, you don't
Right.
sell alcohol, none of that shit. Niggas would come in there and just chill, no smoke hookah, and just look around.
Niggas wanted to fight. That's it.
What are you in here for, bro?
Niggas in there for the let out. That's it. Niggas in there for the strife.
That's crazy.
And that tussle. You
They
feel
scared
me?
the shit out of them Ruckus kids, man.
He stopped coming down there.
Coming down
Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't win with him. Can't coach with him. Can't do it.
Started eating at that sushi spot on the street and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, New Jones was definitely that spot though, man.
Sure.
Shout out to New Jones. I know Shaka don't own that shit no more either.
Oh, you
I
don't?
ran into him in Nook. Yeah, that's a fact. He don't own that shit no more. He got a new lounge over there. He got I think it's called Level Up. Downtown Nook.
Shouts out to Level Up.
That's a fact. He actually invited us over, so we want to take a trip down there. That would definitely be dope. You feel me? Got some new music on the vine, man.
Oh yeah, shouts out to Abby's too. Abby's sandwich specialist too. I think they just made like 6 years.
That's a fact.
6 to 3 years.
I don't know. Nobody got better sandwiches than them.
That's a fact. So, you know, for you to be in business that long, you know what I'm saying? The
Black business.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shouts out to them as well. That's
That's a
beautiful.
fact.
You said, do I got anything on the agenda?
Definitely some. Nah. I know you got some music out here.
Do I got music? Let me check and see what I got.
I know you-
Bag, bitch. Yo. Hey. Yo. Hey.
Mario about to start or something.
Bitch, I feel like Guap 06. They not on shit. Model type, fuck a fine bitch. Yes, an actress. Left them in a past tense. Then bought a pad tick. Put her off that gas pack. It smell like cat piss. Bitch, I feel like Gucci 06. Jordan on a up, then beat the case, then flip a brick. Booty on a hit. He don't miss. He itching for a stain. And he gon' blitz. Take a nigga at his glory in the story, whack a nigga with a bag. Brody really wild and catch him like he gon' pop a nigga with no mask. Flip a brick and then we double up and then we hit the mall, pop a tag. Different city catching plays, Brody in a Rari, about to do the dash. I'm getting too lit at these 150, these bitches just showing they titties. Get to the racks in the jiffy, I would've fuck with her, but I know she fuck with the Whitney. She want an arm and a kidney, based on the shit that she show when she with me. Now she hit the bottom, she litty. I picked the race off the.
You said I know she fucked with the Whitney.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
And mouth go to the side immediately. Yeah. Take it. Feel me? Get that mouth switch real quick.
That's
You heard?
a fact.
Who that? What on the vibe? Who that?
Huh?
That shit fire. Who's that?
So that's Big Child Support.
Big who?
Big Child Support.
Stop playing, bro. Ain't that man there?
Yeah, what's up? Shouts out to Lil Port, man. That's Big Child Support. Man.
Lil
That bitch came right away. I can't mind their business cause the niggas left my mind to pay. Niggas pussy come and see cause you can meet the gay. So that nigga come and slide the block cause you shit free to
He
play.
said niggas think a pussy come and see so you can meet the gates. The pearly gates. Yo, a lot of y'all niggas ain't going to heaven. I'll be honest with you right now. A lot of y'all niggas ain't going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's Big Child Support though. Shouts out to Big Child Support. You know what I'm saying?
Thank y'all for joining the full congregation today. We're gonna turn to Ratchetry 23 and 18. This is a prime example of some fire tracks.
Yo,
from my good brother, Lil Child Support. Big Child Support.
Big child support. Big child support.
Lil Port.
Mm-hmm. Shouts out to all the niggas that's not on child support that's out there doing their thing. You get me?
Because God
Mm-hmm.
himself
Tell him.
delivered this message.
Tell him.
Because God
Tell him, brother.
told that there shall be and there will be.
Have a little sip, brother.
Listen here, Deacon.
Yes, sir.
Why the fuck don't got this towel tapping the whole time? That's no disrespect to people that go to church. But listen here, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, brother.
Nah, that was big child support shit. Shouts out to the niggas that's not on child support too.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's out there taking care of their responsibility.
Let me explain something real quick to you females. Child support is not fulfilled relationships.
Yo, I never heard that.
Bitches out here putting niggas on child support for no reason.
Knowing that man take care of his kids.
Knowing that man take care of his kids. No,
That's fucked up.
this is giving up $400 a month for $150.
It's crazy.
Just to put this nigga on paperwork. Stop playing, man.
You ain't
Child support. Let's start normalizing child support for women.
But the thing is, that's a fact.
Let's start normalizing that,
Jay
man.
Cutler trying to get that shit.
Let's start normalizing that,
But
man.
Jay Cutler trying to get that too.
He need that.
Yeah.
He should get that.
He said nigga half of whatever she got, nigga. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
If I leave, I need half of hers.
Yeah. that's
When have you
what I'm
heard some shit like that? I never heard of like a man divorcing and the man winning the battle where he takes half of what the female. Like that's like I feel like a lot of this. Everything is lopsided when you really think about this shit. I think it's lopsided.
Go ahead, Kevin Samuels.
A failed relationship.
Go ahead,
The
Kevin.
first thing. Now don't compare that. That nigga out here fucking niggas. Y'all know about that.
No wonder you hate women. Yo, no.
Allegedly. Like this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. These motherfucking lights hot. But nah. So I feel like I don't know what the fuck my point was.
Nah, we talking about child support, fell relief.
Yeah, so it's like I feel, when have people really, you know, like when, for instance, a failed relationship. First thing they say, what the man do? He cheated. A man leave. What did he do?
But they gotta
Why do it always have to be that?
But they gotta find something new now because black men don't cheat.
Factual.
So it's like
That's
you
what they
gotta
said.
you gotta come up with something new.
I feel like it's kind of crazy because it's like we give women the benefit of the doubt with everything.
Of course, yeah.
And that's not to say women aren't strong, because I have very strong black women. We have very strong black women in our family. You know what I mean? My grandmother, your mother, my mother. You know, like I feel like the women in our family are dominant, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. Not saying that the men aren't,
It's a lot of them.
but it's a lot of dominant women out here in this world, and I tip my hat off to them. But what happens for the man? You know what I mean? Where it's like not that we are thought less of. But in situations we are.
Yeah.
With situations we are. There are single dads out here. There are dads that made sacrifice to make sure their kid are in the best position possible. And when people hear about that, they looked at us like these fucking aliens. Like these people are unheard of. Oh my God, you taking your kid? What do you mean? Like the conversation is completely different. And I feel like sometimes I be like, yo, it's too much. It's a little bit much. Like this shit should be normalized for a man to take care of his kid.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to be commended and you're a great father. Why the fuck gotta have at every turn? Like, dude, shit should be normal. You know what I mean? How you feel about that, man?
Definitely. I mean, like I said before, like I think we talked about it last time. Like, I feel like if a man ain't taking care of his responsibilities, you gotta check and see why. You gotta dig deep into why. Excuse me. Not all men just wanna. Not all men or not all people. Checking up with it. I don't believe people are pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people are just naturally
not shit.
Just don't give a fuck about something. So it's situations and circumstances that prevents people from doing things. I honestly believe that. You get what I'm saying? So here you got a man who's trapping on the street corner, but has to go get a job. Let's say he got locked up, right? Trapping, bringing home, whatever they bringing home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get locked up, come home, or they got him on parole, whatever. So now he has to go get a job. So now he's getting a job working at some of these places where, you know what I'm saying, it's frowned upon working at. And he's bringing home maybe 50% less than what he was bringing home when he was trapping. And on top of that, he got to support a kid as well. You get me? It's like I can't support my kid and buy you a Birkin bag working at McDonald's.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? I can't support my kid and get you that Gucci slides, whatever the case may be, working at McDonald's. You feel me? And when I say support my kid, a lot of these dudes are supporting their kids, but here it is, women are getting the child support in the back end, and they're using that shit for Gucci slides. Or they're using that shit for, you know what I'm saying? Like they're using that shit for many different things. You know what I'm saying? They ain't buying no Birkin with that. You know what I'm saying? But they're using that money for something else and not towards the kid. That's some weird shit.
It's getting over, and I think that some people are with that. And I think that sometimes people just want to inconvenience other people. You know what I mean? And I think it's kind of crazy.
And I hate to get off topic right quick, but I know it was like, Nick, I'm not blaming this all on women, whatever, because it's men on welfare as well. But they changed the game, and I was in the corner store, and niggas was in there buying 3 or 4 or 5 sandwiches with a Family First card.
I'm gonna come clean. That shit be hit.
Bro,
no sandwich is as good as when you buy that bitch on food stamps.
Bro, but I'm going to what's the name? So I'm going to ShopRite. Because like, I can only afford 2 pounds of them crab legs. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold you. And give me 6 pounds of those crab legs. It's just $24.99 a pound. Pull out the food stamp card, swipe it. You know what I'm saying? Like if niggas are gonna scam something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's child support or whether they're gonna scam something, bro.
It's gonna happen. I feel like that too is one of the worst things that was ever put into the community. It was like welfare. Because I feel like that enabled people to be as lazy or as minimal as possible. Okay, live a minimal, and I said it because of this, right? So there are, so in order for you to let me get into it, because I feel like I don't want people to say that just because people on welfare that they do less. Not all people do that. Some people do it if they are struggling and they have a job, but they need extra ends to meet.
And let's keep it in context too. We talking about the people that's abusing the child support.
Right. We're not talking about the people who's actually out here working and doing what they need to do and are using those things for the things that they need to use it for. Mm-hmm. A lot of people out here leaving jobs, not doing shit, and using that system. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where I think you're highly capable of doing what you need to do in order to make a good living. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's like I said. I feel like some people take advantage of that sometimes. Yes. That's me personally.
And when we speak to it's not because all coaches use child support.
Right.
And that shit blew my mind.
Child support and welfare.
Welfare. I'm sorry. That shit blew my mind. I was working at Walmart, right? The Jewish dude came up there.
Got that thing.
Pull that shit out. Like that shit was
that thing.
Like it was American Express. You get what I'm saying?
We're the only people really that really not necessarily shun it, but this shit is normal for people to do these things.
Yeah, but I see black people come up there.
Yeah, because I think everything with us is all about perception, right? So if I'm driving this Mercedes Benz, I got a welfare car. How would you look at me? You're gonna look at me completely.
I would look at you nuts too, nigga.
Exactly.
Like you a little.
Because your priorities fucked up. That's what's going on here. But at the same time. Exactly, and now you got some people who just don't care. Pull that thing out, swipe.
That Jewish dude pulled that shit out like, family first.
That's the fact, and then kept it moving. I had this lady. She told me she had 7 kids, and she was like, I get welfare, but she drives Uber. She said, and it's crazy because the programs that are accessible for people who have welfare is phenomenal. She said we have a home through welfare. I said, wait, what?
They got a crib.
They got a house through it. So the difference is that you niggas ain't doing it the right way. What the fuck what pamphlet are they getting that we're not getting?
Yeah, I need that.
What pamphlet are they getting that we're not getting? So I think it's really about, not necessarily about, we get things and then we don't learn the ins and outs of it. We get things, get the benefits, and that's it. We think that's it. As opposed to going and saying, okay, well, what else am I available for? Or am I qualified for? Am I qualified for loans because they can give you loans for school? Am I qualified for those things?
I did not want a loan from wealth.
I'm just saying. I'm saying like what
car I want.
Shit, I don't want to have my name on the list at all. That's with my benefits, you heard? But I'm just saying. So it's like, what we had said before. So if you're using this thing similar to what we use the projects for, was just a stepping stone, then make sure you find out what all you qualify for, and use it to the best of your ability. Some people get the funds and that's just that. If I get my funds, that's it. Some people don't go above and beyond to really see what they qualify for. I'm just saying.
And I'm trying to say, like, yo, how you taking, and I hate to go back to child support thing. You put a nigga on child support, you only get $50 a month.
$50 a week.
$50 a week.
$150 a month.
Bro, you're not getting nothing, man. You don't take that nigga off and let that nigga take care of his kids.
This one pair of sneakers cost $400.
Yeah, because people get mad, you get what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm not gonna, look, me and this brother can sit there and tell you, we have nothing to do with this, but we know people that got something to do with this, you get me? So, if I'm taking care of my kid, and you take that, you take me and go put me on child support, oh, I'm offended now. You kidding me? I'm taking care of my kid. That's like a slap in the face, with meaning that if you gotta put somebody on child support, that means he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Right.
Some of these niggas you do gotta put on child support, I ain't gonna hold you.
A lot of these niggas that need to be
on child
I got a
support.
list of them. I look back, it's kind of crazy because them niggas don't get child support.
Niggas got Dior sneakers every week.
That's a fact, easily. But then when that child support letter come in, niggas like, hey, you know I can't afford this shit. Nah, yes you can.
Those be the niggas that be paying $50 a week. With Dior sneakers on. Complaining.
Niggas draped out, dripped up, nigga, everything. Miami every weekend.
Yeah, take them stands, man, fucking Dior's off, nigga. Remember stand mans? Yeah. Niggas go there and get the fake Jordans.
What the fuck going on right there at the stand, downtown North, you heard? Nah, I said downtown North the shit down, don't trip. But yeah, the niggas gotta stop it, man. These niggas gotta stop it, man. There's too much going on in the world right now, bro. They gotta stop it. Like I said, man, child support and those things like that aren't for a relationship. They're for people who not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I think we gotta get back to that point, man. We gotta get back to that and make sure that when they doing that,
Their Father's Day coming up too, right?
That's a fact.
So it's a good time for men appreciation.
I want a Birkin bag.
You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
That's a fact. Men Appreciation Week or something like that.
Fuck Men Appreciation Month. Fuck all that. Fuck the week. I feel like as a black man,
Do we got Men's Month? Yeah, we do, right?
I think so.
I think we do. Yeah. So,
No Shave November. That's something I know about Men's Month.
that's something else though.
It's for cancer though, or some shit like that,
Yeah.
right?
I think everything is different for a man, bro. Like, to be honest with you, even when it comes down to like a men's mental health, like people don't focus necessarily on what men needs and stuff like that. It's like a nigga's supposed to go to work, do what he gotta do, come home, take care of the family, go to sleep, get back like a robot, bro. Like, men are not robots. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got needs and wants as well too. You feel me? So it's not just like catered to just one person. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got things that we like, we got, you know, we are people, bro. We humans. You know what I'm saying? We got feelings as well, and I feel like, you know, a lot of times people forget that. That's my take on it. People forget it.
I don't think people forget. I just feel like it's not normal to even care that much. You know what I mean? Because like I said, a father is known for providing, and that's it. You don't have a say so with anything else. Just provide, my nigga. That's it. Like, you don't. You know what I mean? So, and I think, like I said, that's normalized. You know what I mean? Because most fathers aren't there, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So,
and I hate that strong word can mean many different things. That don't necessarily mean physical.
right.
People get that mixed up. Strong doesn't always have to be physical. You never know what a man is going through. And I hate to sound like Kevin Samuels or whatever. You never know what a person is going through, bro. Let's put it like that. You never know what a man is going through. At work, at home, or you just never know, bro. You know, personally, what they battle internally, like, you just never know. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's not making it okay for you fathers not to be around.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Physically, mentally, spiritually, because if you need to be in your kid's life, you can be in your kid's life in one way, form, or fashion. And that doesn't mean you just coming dropping off $8,000 and then walking out the door. Because at the end of the day, like, being a father or being a dad is more than just coming and spending money or taking your kid to a fancy restaurant. It's about those little small times and those times that you spend with your kid, because that means everything. I don't give a fuck about how many McQueens you brought them. I don't care about how many Nikes you brought them. I don't care about the clothes and the fancy stuff, because that shit don't mean nothing when it's all said and done. That's all materialistic. So it's everything. It means everything to a kid to spend that time with them. You know what I mean? To say, it's gonna be okay, or wipe his tears when he's crying, or be there for one of his proudest moments. Because I think that defines a real dad or a father. I don't know which one y'all label it as, but
And the thing is too, like, just because you're a rapper, nigga, that don't mean shit. You can still take care of your kids. Kaimo do it. You know what I'm saying?
Factual.
Just because you're creative, that don't mean you can't take care of your kids, nigga. Rod do it. Just because you're a photographer, that don't mean you can't take care of your kids, nigga. Dolo do it. You get me?
Just because you work out. You feel me?
Just because you work out, don't need, you get what I'm saying? Well, Eli do it. You know what I'm saying? Mark do it. And, like it's so many people around us. You know, Alfred. Like it's so many people, bro. Like Alfred was a single dad at one point. You know what I'm saying? Taking kids responsibility. How often you hear that term, single dad, bro?
Right.
And it's funny because those men don't get praised. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it's something they should do. But those guys go under the radar.
That's
No
like
one
unheard of,
mentions
though.
it.
That's
It's
like
unheard
that
of.
term is like
It's
not
unheard of.
single dad. Like
It's
really?
unheard of.
Like it's people. You can still follow your dreams. You still do what you got to do and take care of your kids, man.
But let's get into that, man, because me and you both are fathers,
Absolutely.
dads. We're both, and working ones at that. So, and definitely present and prominent in both our kids' life. Being a dad, how has that changed you as a person, or just in general? You know.
I know you might get the cliche, oh, you know, I get up in the morning, but that's the truth, though. You get me? Like, I used to procrastinate a lot. Procrastinated in college, you know what I'm saying? Procrastinated with, you know, with police stuff. Like, I procrastinated a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, your kid is something that you can't procrastinate with. You get me? Like, and I always thought, I'm like, you can't wait. And I always thought, like, yo, I'm not ready for a kid. Like, nobody's ever ready for a kid. It's a huge responsibility. And I was a person, too, where I didn't like responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I did not. When they gave me a manager job, bro, I hated being a manager, bro. Hated it.
Hey, have keeping up with people.
Yeah, it's like I don't like the babies and niggas. Like, just do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I hated it, but you know, having a kid, bro, like, you know, it's probably like my greatest creation. Is my greatest creation. My greatest decision I ever made in life. You know what I'm saying? You have like a sense of, like I said, it's so cliche. You hear people say it again, but you have a sense of purpose. You have a sense of purpose. Then you have a sense of wanting to be a better person every day, because that person is constantly looking at you, and that person is going to follow in the footsteps that you got. So what you thinking, you know, 20 years down the line, or when you start to really think about your legacy and how you want your legacy to be portrayed, you know what I'm saying? Those are your legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's your legacy. So, you know, how you feel about that?
I feel the same way, man. So, not that I procrastinate, but I felt like I had time. Like I had time for everything.
Yeah, it's almost like yeah, I get to it later.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, crap.
Now, like you said, go back to the point that you made. The point that you made was purpose, and I felt like he gave me purpose. You know what I mean? And it's like I feel like I was always coming to be a person that I wanted to be, or I inspired to be. It was going to happen eventually. But I can say once Messiah was gifted to me, I'm gonna say, because God delivers these things, and whether you think it's God or the universe or Buddha or whoever you look at as your God, you know, he delivered, you know, Messiah to me. It came through his mother, but you know that's a God-given gift was actually Messiah. And I can say, like, I wasn't ready also. It was one of those things where, I mean, we had a conversation, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not ready. You know, and I said that out loud. Like,
a lot of you niggas don't be ready either.
Right.
And it shows.
That's a fact. The niggas never get ready either.
And
18 years later, niggas still ain't ready.
We still on topic, whatever, but I had seen this, I was watching this clip and it made me sick to my stomach. I kind of didn't want to watch it, but I had to. For journalistic purposes. You know what I'm saying? But I watched it, and it happened in Jersey too, in Jersey City. You know, I think it was close to where I used to work at.
Right.
And you had a young girl who was like 13 years old, walked inside a restaurant, gave her baby to a complete stranger, and then left. Newborn baby. You get me? So, I don't know, Jersey had something for what New Jersey has a program where if you feel like you can't deal with a kid, or if you feel like you just can't take care of it, you know, and take care of the child's well-being, you can drop the kid off at a police station.
Red Cross.
Red Cross. Is it Red Cross?
I don't know. I just started to throw that out there.
I think it's a police station, a fire department, or hospital.
Okay.
You know, so for people that's out there, don't just give your baby to some random. Good thing they were good people though. The lady was a good person. She cuddled the baby up. She probably would have took care of it. I mean, she probably would have took custody of the baby if she, you know,
had to. Yeah.
If she had to, but she cuddled the baby up. You know what I'm saying? Made sure the baby was cool. You know, they give him water. You know, call the ambulance. They resuscitate the baby. But that was a good person. Not all situations end like that. You ever heard of Brenda's Got a Baby?
Yeah.
Dumpster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can always drop those
Losing
kids
Isaiah.
off. Yeah. So I hate. Yeah,
one of the movies that I hate. I hate that movie. Not the creation and how it ended, but just how it starts off, where it's like your typical black mother strung out on drugs, make a bad decision, and it's right. But the fact of the matter is, it was made common within movies and shit like that, where you got Pookie, strung out on drugs, and then he eventually get everything right. Where it's like,
I know a lot of Pookies. Young Pookies too. You know what I'm saying? Young Pookies too.
Percocet. Percocet. But yeah, so back to the point was, like having Messiah and really having that purpose, it really gave me a sense of who I wanted to be. Not just for me, but for him. And it's like, 'cause I feel like a lot of times, like, who do we get to look up to when we grow up? Our mothers, really. Like, when do we see an actual strong dad that shows you more than just shut up and be a man? We have never had that. I have never had somebody say it's okay to cry.
Yeah, true.
Like, my grandfather didn't say, it's okay. He said, be a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not him being mean. That's him teaching what was taught. So I can't be mad at him for that. So he never made being a person okay. Just a person. So me being a father, I think the first step to me was just forgiveness of my own father. And I always talk about this, but that was, I'm gonna be honest, that was a turning point for me. Like forgiving my father. And I thank him because we had a conversation where he sat down and he told me the whole story. His side of the story, nothing to do with my mother. He didn't mention my mother not one time. He told me what he did wrong as a person and why he was not around. And all I can do is accept it or not accept it. But who am I to fucking judge him? Who am I to judge this man and say, okay, well, yeah, oh no, that's not enough?
Because you're in that position now.
Exactly.
How hard it is. Like,
exactly.
Imagine like back then, like when you don't have the resources that we got today.
And then my mother's situation and his situation. So it's like I can only sit there and say, okay, well, I'm the man I am today without you. If I forgive you, that's not making me less of a man. It's making me more of a man. Because end of the day, the past, I can't change that. Only thing that I can change is my future. I control my destiny. So I believe that as fathers, I learned to control my own destiny, and I learned to put forgiveness before anything, and allow my son to be a person before being a man. Be a person. You know what I mean? Be a person. And it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to talk. It's okay to cry. Because that's normal. That's normal. Don't be me when I was 13 and lashing out and throwing fucking bottles at people. Or wanting to fight. Or wanting to chase you and Zoc down the street with a fucking knife.
Fucking crack.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? Nah, I don't know what the fucking crack is. Nah, second dick for winning. Wait, what? I didn't just throw that out there. You know what I mean? Or just being angry at the world and feeling like I had to be this person in order to cover. Because I felt like I was more dangerous then.
Yeah, I just did about some shit.
I was more dangerous about. I was more dangerous because I was liable to do any fucking thing to protect myself. You know what I mean? Or to protect the image that I was trying to portray to be this tough guy. It's like, now I understand, like, it's okay to be a fucking kid. It's okay to be a kid. And I think the biggest thing I take away from being a parent is patience.
Yeah.
It's patience. And realizing that you got to give things time to work. It doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? I can talk about a number of things that go on in my personal life, but I won't just yet. But there's a lot of things that can make it break you. It's a matter of how you go back at it. For a man, it's not about all the successes that you have. It's about the failures that make the success way worth it. It doesn't matter how many times you fail that you get back up and you keep it moving. That defines a man. You having $1 million don't define a fucking man. You having everything in the world don't define a man. It just don't for me personally. And that's not me preaching to anybody. That's me saying to me and how I feel. Fuck what you got. How the fuck did you get there? What did you sacrifice to get there? What did you sacrifice? You know what I mean? Like, how did you change? How did it change you? Because I think personally, yeah, it's cool to make it on the other side, but the journey is way better. When you can turn back and say, yo, I came from there. Niggas make it seem like it's easy, you know, and like I said, Nipsey said it better. Like, I think sometimes we reflect this poise. Like, oh yeah, we kind of got it figured out. Nah, nigga, we figuring it out. I failed last week. Or something. That didn't mean I didn't give up on life. I kept it fucking moving. So to go back to saying, like, being a parent and being a dad is like, once again, the most beautiful thing I ever fucking witnessed.
How many failures do you have during the day?
Let's be honest. We failed at. I failed at a conversation, and I say that because I didn't receive the conversation well. I could have easily, as opposed to reacting, just be absorbing. I could have just absorbed the conversation and gave it a second before I reacted. You know what I mean? Those are lessons. I failed at that. But do it mean I have to continuously fail? No. I got to learn from those mistakes. Stop always thinking that you're right at some shit. Any nigga that's out here running around saying that they right at something, you're probably fucking wrong. Nah, I know for a fact I'm good. Anybody that can't sit down and check them fucking selves, you need help. You gotta be able to check yourself and realize, like, yo, yeah, I could have did better. And I think we fail at things in order to succeed at them down the line. So accept your fucking failures and then move on.
That was the thing I was thinking about today. I mean, after you was just talking, I'm like, yo, in order for you to succeed or in order for you to know what's successful, like, you gotta fail.
Yes.
But I hear people saying they're growing every day as a person. So in order for you to grow every day as a person, you have to take a loss or you have to fail at something.
Right.
How many times have you fell in each day?
Are you asking for a specific number?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I'm about to say, there's no number.
That's something people should think about, right? Well, you think about it, it's like, yo, what did I fail at today? Like, you really, honestly, you would have to take, like, some self-evaluation and some introspective view of yourself.
Right,
to be able to,
but I also think it depends on how the people portray failure.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I felt that conversation.
Failure is not, by all
right.
means, it's not a bad thing.
Right.
Failure is not a bad thing.
I think we're so used to failure because we got F's on report cards. So they tell you, you failed. So it's like, damn, that's it. It's set in stone. I'm done. You know what I mean? F means that you fucked.
Fuck this nigga. Stupid. That's fuck this nigga. Come out. That shit don't mean fellas. That mean this nigga need help. This is dumb motherfucker.
SOS. Somebody save us, please. This nigga need Jesus. But nah, so it's like
take this nigga out of here.
Get him the fuck out of this class.
You not even reading Shakespeare yet. You said this nigga read Cat in the Hat. Fucking this class up. Like, we didn't even get to the hard shit yet. Like, this nigga is on some other shit. Like,
get this nigga the fuck out of this class. This an AP class.
Or he didn't even get to the Edgar Allan Poe yet. This nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he's struggling already. But nah, man, I just feel like failure is when you do, like I say, I just feel like I chalk a failure as a lesson. So anything that I did not do well today, I take it as a failure and I improve it.
Right.
I failed at a conversation today because I didn't take it the right way and I didn't redistribute. I redistributed pain as opposed to seeing where I went wrong and then coming back to it. It's okay to take a step back. Everybody feel like they gotta attack shit in the moment, right? Some shit happened. I gotta rebuttal right now. Gotta say some shit. And it's like, just take some time. First of all, listen to what the fuck happened and say, okay. There was this thing, and me personally, I do a lot of soul searching, I would say. And a guy said, whenever, you having an argument with your significant other, you should put a cake in the refrigerator, right? So anytime y'all having your argument, in the middle of it, and when they're getting really high intense and everything, you should always say, you want some cake? Because what happens is you take yourself out of that situation and you walk to the refrigerator. So at that time, you with yourself walk to the refrigerator and she or he is with themselves in the living room. You got time to think about what the fuck is going on. You guys are failing in that conversation. You guys are failing because you guys are not listening to each other. You're just going back and forth at each other. So you need to take time and just listen to yourself. Failure isn't bad. Failure is a stepping stone. It's a fucking lesson. Stop taking it to heart. It happens. In order for you to be successful, you have to learn how to fail.
That cake thing, though, like, somebody can easily take it as like, all right, cool, you're trying to be, passive and move on from.
Put an actual fucking cake in the refrigerator. Like, they don't have to. It can be sentimental. It can be passive.
And then you get into this argument, right? And you saying some shit I don't like, but you want an argument out of me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you wanna answer from me, but the answer I'm about to give you, you're not gonna like, or the answer I'm about to give you is something I'm just about to blurt out to try to hurt your feelings. I'm like, yo, let me go get the cake. So I go get the cake, and she went, what? What do you mean you're going to get the cake? Nigga, you just trying to avoid the conversation or what?
That's where growth. See, that's what I mean. We have this thing where we normalize being fucking toxic. Like, why does there have to be an argument? I'm grabbing some cake. Like, everybody loves cake. Some ice cream cake, what kind of cake you need? But the idea is like,
Nigga, so what kind of cake you
what kind of cake you need? Whatever kind of cake you need. It don't fucking matter. I'm gonna grab some cake real quick, and that'll give us a second to breathe and come back and me figure something else to say without hurting your feelings. End of the day, me telling you some shit that's gonna hurt your feelings isn't gonna help this marriage. It's gonna help this relationship. It's gonna make you question shit now. Well, that's how you felt. Now this shit turned into a whole situation that we didn't even have to go through. I'm gonna just grab some cake. I'm gonna grab some cake and I'll be back. Eat this cake together. I'm gonna eat my cake separately. We're gonna rethink this process. My whole thing is with that is just to take some time, bro. Take some time. Everything don't need response in that very moment. A lot of times when I'm frustrated, I know where my anger gets. I'll say, look, I'm gonna be honest. This might sound harsh, but let's not finish this conversation right now. I'm not gonna finish this conversation right now. Because I'm angry, you're angry, it's not gonna work. So we'll talk about it later. Nah, fuck that. We're gonna talk about it now. I get what everything you need, but right now isn't the time. Because we're not hearing each other, we're not listening at all. We're just trying to get our points across. It's just a fucking argument, it's a fight. It's two people doing this.
And my point is always better.
Exactly. Nah, this nigga tripping. I said, see the fuck out. But in a debate or argument, that is it. My point is better than your point.
Yeah.
But when you sit down and you think about it, both of the points don't make no fucking sense. And y'all probably saying the same fucking thing.
Just two different.
When you realize, you say, you be like, wait, she did just say that.
It's just your view on things.
Your view and then her
versus
view.
her view.
And it's always the same. You don't clean. Oh, you don't clean. You don't cook. Oh, you don't cook. And it's like, we don't cook. Apparently, both of niggas can't cook. So that's basically what the fuck going on here. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, cool. That's when you take a step back and you realize that the fight you're fighting is a winnable fight.
Yeah.
You gotta take a time out to realize what the fuck you're talking about and realize you're both fighting the same fight. So I think when it comes to that, I don't mind getting a cake. And I think by you normalizing it in your house, she will realize what that means. In my house, I want it to be like, all right, cool. I'm getting a cake, and she know what the fuck I'm talking about. This shit just a whole bunch of toxic, and this is a toxic environment right now for me and you. So let's get the cake, man.
Time Magazine got a different perspective on it. I mean, Time Magazine, they tweeted, I think it's a tweet. It said, millennials want jobs and education, not marriage and kids. And then somebody commented underneath, alternate headline, y'all fucked the economy up so badly that we can't focus on marriage and kids because we're struggling to afford to live. How you feel about that?
That's true.
Yeah.
The true part about it is that, let's be honest. We're getting into a relationship. If the person ain't bringing something to the table, we don't want to deal with that person. And it's sad to say, you know, especially financially. If you can't help me financially, like, what the fuck can you do for me? And I think that's not everybody. And that's not generalizing, that's some people. You know what I mean? So it's like, we all just trying to figure out a way to fucking live on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
How the fuck can I afford $1,400 rent? By myself. It's hard. So now I'm working 2 jobs. When the fuck do I got a chance to actually sit down and have a date with somebody? I don't, bitch. I gotta be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be at the gym. Once the gym is over, I gotta go to work. After work is over, I gotta go back to work. Like, what the I'm working 2 jobs. So when do I have a chance to actually sit down and create something that's gonna last for a long time? It's gonna last forever. Now, there are one-offs. It is possible. It is possible. You know what I mean? But it's hard to. It's hard to in this day and age.
And I think it's like, like young kids now, like they say that everything is about like social media and what you see and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, it's like, yo, bro, like this job we made to do X and X and only pay me this. But nah, yo, nah.
Yes, sir. They had to find a way to put that in there.
Yeah, that's another reason why it's down too. Right?
That's a fact.
Kids too. You know what I'm saying?
Come clean. Nigga sperm count low.
So when they got females, they're going to bathroom cabinet. Look under the cabinet, you see a rag under there that's stale or whatever, that's a cum rag. You know what I'm saying? Shit hard as a brick. Nigga Ant said he cum texture. He cum rag texture. Nigga, that's hard. Nigga. Yeah. You know
That shit flaky. Pop that shit. That shit like bubble wrap. Just bringing that shit out. That's wild.
Hard to break it. But no, it's like, yo, like, how can I afford, like, people, it's really, I know we spoke about it last time, but people are really shacking up. Like, people are becoming roommates with people because they can't afford it because it's too high. And I can't see why people want to stay in Jersey or stay in New York. It's high as a motherfucker out here.
It's high as giraffe pussy out here. I'll tell you right now.
It's high as hell out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, a gallon of milk, $5.
Easily.
Gas, $15.
For a gallon.
Word. Late great Paul Mooney said nigga went to the gas station and thought he was going to Starbucks. Man. That's a fact.
R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
Rest in peace. He said he was going to the gas station and thought he was going to the Starbucks.
Shit, wow. I'm getting vente. What?
$16. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna stunt. My shit, if I have take, I'm spending like $28, bro.
It's crazy. It's so how can I, you get what I'm saying? Like, then you start to do the math, whatever. I'm only getting paid $10 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
That's not
I got
logic.
$2.
That's not really what
it's not.
Just speaking on people.
Yeah. So
that nigga make $10 an hour. He ain't fuck you on this podcast for. His broke ass work. That's what he need to be doing.
Oh. So it's like, $28, right? You gotta think about it like, damn, I gotta work 3 hours just to fill my cart, just to get my cart half.
Yep.
Nigga, I gotta work 3 hours just to get my cart half.
3 hours. And that's crazy because I value.
That's insane. So the value of my life, so 1 hour of my life is $10. That's insane.
In the eyes of a corporate world too.
That's insane.
I feel like you dictate your value, right? Based on what you do, right?
Yeah, but your value don't fit this
right.
corporate
I get you. But I think see the difference is that I feel like corporate dictates what you're worth, right? Mm-hmm. And that's fine. It's all fine. It's okay to be a worker, but the object should always be an owner, and that's not everybody. Mm-hmm. Let me put that out there. I'm not saying everybody you need to be a fucking owner. It's not work. You have to have consumers and owners.
Just the other day, fucking Sue Surf came to my store he was going to break somebody's shit. He was missing some studio equipment that was supposed to be delivered FedEx. Where my shit at? Thousands of dollars. I need that. You know what I'm saying? He was going to fuck somebody up over some equipment.
I'm going to fuck you up. Don't try to pass that shit around. Use that nigga that was helping him.
Hey, listen.
Use that nigga that was
I'm the nigga in the office.
They ain't even come out of that bitch.
I'm in the office. Yeah, they take me that shit.
Not me.
I didn't handle that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. That's what y'all here for. Y'all take care of that. You know what I'm saying? After the nigga break you off or whatever the case may be, then I come out there and fill out the report for you and stuff like that.
That's right. After cops show up, nigga.
After cops show out, I come out there. You know what I'm saying? Get my brief description of what happened.
Hey, sir, where were you?
Me?
Office.
I was in the office. Yeah. Windows are tinted, but I can still see out. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, but.
Can we talk over here? Can we talk over here? Nigga want to say some bullshit, nigga say, can we talk over here? Nigga say.
But it's hard though. Like, it's really hard out here, and like I can't, bro. I got associates dropping every day like flies. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at
dying.
No, like quitting.
Oh, quit. Okay.
I can't get mad, and I'm one of those people, right? I can't get mad at them because they want to leave because it's something better somewhere else. Mm-hmm. You get me? So if you want to leave my company and go to another company that's offering you more, it's paying you more, it's giving you benefits and stuff like that, I can't be mad at this person for wanting to improve their living situation.
Right.
You got a lot of people out here that's sick, that gets pissed when people want to improve their living situation. It's like, yo, come on, bro, that's not your fight. That's not your fight. You know what I'm saying? So, it's hard out here, bro. Like, and the work that's required of these people, like, it went from 1 page to being like 10 pages now.
With no added increase.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at 10 pages of, things I'm supposed to be doing. You get me? But the pay doesn't equal that. Right. That's sick, bro. It's insane. And people think because, and I'll be the first to say it, people think because the pandemic happened and shit like that, that's why, mental health issues are up. No, it's not because of that. It's not because of that.
Niggas can afford life.
Niggas can afford to live.
It's funny because
That's what it's from.
A lot of people have been surviving for years, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
And now it's 10 times worse.
We as black people survive. That's all we know how to do. That's all we've been doing.
We passed that shit on. We passed that shit on.
We, for these other motherfuckers, yeah, middle class motherfuckers, it's hard for y'all because y'all don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I seen Sliz made up, what do you call it?
Hookup.
He made the hookup. I was surprised. I said, damn.
That nigga had a bowl this motherfucking big. We gotta bring Sis on and do a motherfucking hookup.
Spent $2 on it.
That's a fact.
He ate for 3 days. I'm like, yo, listen, that's surviving. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is surviving, bro.
That shit look nasty.
It look
that shit.
that shit look horrible.
Nigga had cheese in there. Take that shit out of there.
That shit look
You want this shit to be
disgusting,
macaroni
bro.
or what? I'm confused. What the fuck going on
What
here?
is it? Is it Korean barbecue or is it mac and cheese? Like, which one is it, bro? That shit look horrible. He's like,
The case where the nigga had his feet in it. I said, nah.
the funny part is, so I said, yo, you cooked it all in the microwave, right? Nigga said, yeah. I should have let this fry a little bit more. Nigga, it's not fried. You put it in the microwave, bro. Like, cut it out. You should have let it fry a little bit more. Yeah. What the fuck?
That shit should have cooked down a little bit.
Yeah,
What? Nigga, that shit ain't cooking it. You warm that bitch up. Ain't use a stove for this shit. But the object is that that's surviving, bro. It's like no matter, like I said, all black people ever knew or ever have known to do is survive. We changing that shit, bro.
Yeah. But we still keep those.
Of course, you still. But that's the thing because that make the success much better.
Absolutely.
And it make it last longer if you're not passing that on. I hate when a nigga get up there to that, or excuse my language, or I hate when a man get to that point and forget everything that he knew.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a thing, and a millionaire. I forgot I think he's I think he's Asian or something like that. Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's a probably almost a billionaire, right?
Who?
Jackie Chan.
Out of your fucking mind.
Close.
Jackie Chan.
He's wealthy. He's wealthy. He's wealthy.
I don't wanna say that.
He's wealthy.
The movie
But
Ben stopped hitting for
he
him.
said
I hate to cut. My grandfather used to hate Jackie Chan.
Jet Li was his man.
No, like none of them niggas. He said, how do you beat up so many people and not kill them?
What?
he said, in all his movies, I never seen him kill that one
They
person.
don't. They just whoop their ass,
Beat their
break their arms and shit. It's lit in the eye.
Oh, bro. It's like, once he said that, bro, I looked at him a different way.
So how I say it is this, right?
Okay,
He
that's
said
different.
his kids got to create their own wealth. And people was like an uproar about that. Because Jackie Chan said that he's not going to just give his wealth to his kids. How do you feel about that?
He's a piece of shit. That's what I think. But it's easier for him to say that, though. I mean, a black man can't say that. I mean, Asians are considered like the whites of Asia. You know what I'm saying? We can't say that. We can't say, it's hard as fuck for a black person to create wealth.
Okay.
It's hard.
Cool. Now,
it's hard for a black person to create wealth. Yeah, I understand you want to teach them certain things, whatever the case may be, but we don't have nothing that's being passed down. You gotta pass it down.
so I'm gonna take it back to
And,
this.
and it's your job to teach them wealth management, wealth education. That way they can keep that and don't drive your shit into the ground.
So why do it comes off to me, right? So when you look at these multi-millionaire black people, multi-millionaire, why the fuck is their kids always these spoiled brat motherfuckers? Like they just be like all over the place.
What you mean?
Benzino, his daughter, they don't really fuck with. No, I'm sorry. Kurt Franklin.
She struggled.
Kurt Franklin.
She struggled.
Kurt Franklin.
They said she
Kurt
struggled.
Franklin.
That nigga Benzino left out there with nothing, man. Type of nigga you are, bro.
Good brother.
That
Good
nigga,
brother.
bro.
But
Left
what?
him out there
So
with nothing, man.
but-
Up in Teaneck, New Jersey, wherever the fuck you
But,
from. Nigga,
but my whole point is this: is that I don't believe that you should starve your
Now,
kid.
how do you feel about that?
I don't believe that's to say. I don't believe in starving your kid, right? I don't believe in making them like no. You feed your kids, but you also show them how to create wealth. And I think we sometimes hearing that story, we make up our own shit in our head. Oh yeah, he homeless. He don't got clothes. No, my kid got everything he needs.
Cool with you.
Meaning my kid, I'm not gonna give my kid $1 million here. He's gonna learn to earn $1 million. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with teaching my kid how to earn.
Alright, so this is why I think that's bullshit. And only why somebody like him can get away with saying that. I heard Rick Ross say it a couple times too. When he said, "Yo, you make me broke." And he said, "I can have nothing today. I can do it all again like it was nothing, and become a millionaire." Blah blah blah. It's not cool. Everybody's situation is different. So what works for one person is not going to work for the other. How can you show? I honestly don't believe somebody can show you wealth. Show you riches or wealth. I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe that. It's luck. It's chance, opportunity. It's all of those things at one, bro. It's 1,000 niggas I can fight way harder than Jet Li or Jackie Chan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever heard of John Bone Jones?
Nah, that nigga sound like he kicked his fucking face off.
He kicked his face off in real life.
So, how I see that, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
You can motivate somebody to find their purpose in life.
That's different than showing
Not everybody. Because understand this.
That's different.
I feel like this. I feel like this. I'm about to.
A purpose in life.
I'm breaking it down like this.
Nothing to do with wealth.
I'm breaking it down like this, right?
You got people that's in DR. We had took a trip to DR, which I'm kind of mad we didn't go this year. But we took a trip to DR, and we drove so deep into the country, bro. It was no more roads. Mm-hmm. People was getting around on donkeys. You feel me? Kids out there in the field. Niggas on the ass. That's how they was getting around. You know what I'm saying? People just children in open fields. Happy, bro. Content with life.
Right.
They found their purpose in life.
Right.
Whatever it is, happiness.
Now let me
they
explain
were
this.
perfectly fine.
There
bro.
are people in this world that never get to find their purpose.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
But we can't
Some
equate,
people.
we can't equate
listen.
We can't equate purpose with riches.
Right, but listen.
So we got to draw the line.
So we have. It's not. I'm about to break this down. Let me break this down. Let me break this down.
We have to establish that first, though.
You can't. You can't. I'm explaining why.
Purpose and riches.
Let me explain to you what I mean. Let me explain to you what I mean.
Actually, I just want to clarify that right quick.
Your purpose and your riches are completely different.
Okay.
Your point is people that live in the ghetto that are completely content. That's fine with life.
They live in the ghetto.
Ghetto poor, middle class, whatever the case may be, impoverished.
Mm-hmm.
Because they understand that they have lived their life to, for instance, they came from the bottom. A lot of people from the bottom, they make it to middle class, they're okay. Because they know what it's like to be here.
But when you're in third world countries, like, I don't even know if
I'm not even talking about third world, I'm talking about just not in here. Here.
Over here,
this is okay, if you talk, okay, let's talk about DR, right? These people understand, yo, I gotta fight to live every freaking day. I gotta fight to live. I gotta go. I gotta travel 1.5 miles just to get water every day. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there, right? So if they understand where they came from, so to come to here, they're like, yo, this is okay compared to here.
But you're still talking about here.
Compared to in general, because even those people at some point life becomes a little easier because they understand what they need, so they move closer to whatever they need. They move closer to that. And they get to that point. So what I say is, when I hear Jackie Chan say that, right, I think about, okay, what he's doing is he's not just giving his money to his kids. Do I think he can? Yes, he can. But he want to give them a little bit of a challenge. Okay, go out there and figure out the world. Go out there and figure out the world. Go out there and see how it feels to not have all this shit that's been presented to you. Go figure out the world a little bit. I'm not saying that this money ain't I won't help you. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm telling you to figure out life a little bit. Because I think when you figure out life a little bit, that money means a little bit more. You probably won't go buy that motherfucking Rolex today or tomorrow. You probably won't. You probably realize, okay, well, I need this first before I need this. There's rappers out here who got millions of jewelry, but don't own a home yet. They got a condo. The fuck you got going on? You talking about investments? Oh, nah, I got the chain. That's investment. Then you gotta do this. That's investment, but don't own a home. I'm confused. You got a multi-million, you got a Ferrari, who arguably one of the most fucked up car companies there is in the world. The car's a piece of shit. But you don't own a home, a property. You got a condo though. I'm confused what you got going on here. You got the game fucked up. So how I feel is this, and why I say this is because I feel like us being in the situation that we was in, it didn't force us to find our purpose, but it guided us to find a purpose. Because if you don't, Your ass stuck in this turmoil. You're gonna be in the corner for us until you find a purpose. Like, why am I here? Why do you think a lot of people don't ever be better? There's a lot of people out here that you like, I wish they could have potential. I see the potential in you. Never found their real purpose.
But it's not for us to say what their purpose is.
I'm not saying, but what is their purpose?
Yo, bro.
Niggas out here smoking on packs every day, that's their purpose?
I know a nigga that can champ a good black and white. That might be his purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not dictating nobody's purpose.
I know a dude that said, I know a dude that said he can champ a black and mild in 3 seconds.
Right.
That's his purpose. That's
what I'm saying is this. There's a lot of shit that's going on out here. And like I said, do I agree 100% with Jackie Chan? No. But I see what his thought process is.
I don't.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn some things. Some things you can't tell. Some things they have to see. Some things you have to see.
But that's taken away from it. You say he's not giving his kid his riches. You teach somebody about what? Like back to like what you're saying about Jackie Chan. He's a fucking idiot for saying that. I think, in my personal opinion. I think you teach your kids about wealth. You get me? And you know, perfect example. We can go simple. Simple as fact. Steph Curry father. Did he play in the NBA?
Yep.
Steph used to be at all the fucking NBA games that he played at. Mm-hmm. Steph worked his ass off to become one of the greatest shooters that the NBA has ever seen.
We're talking money though. We're not
greatest
talking
shooters that NBA have ever
money.
seen. Hold on. The greatest shooters that the NBA have ever seen. He bust his ass to get to that point. He was sitting courtside. He was born in courtside.
I like this.
He was born with the riches.
I like this.
He was born with everything.
I like this. Okay.
He was born in every clubhouse.
I like this.
Vladimir Guerrero.
I like this.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He was in the clubhouses too.
I like this.
In baseball. You know what I'm saying? Fernando Tatis. All of these niggas, these are some of the greatest baseball players right now. They work their ass off to get to this place.
I appreciate you, Deegan.
You know what I'm saying? So for you giving your kid that don't mean
time for church.
Okay.
Time for church. Your point is valid.
Very. It's the only.
What is the number one thing that you mentioned? Steph Curry had to work himself in order to get on that court. His father didn't say, "Hey, yo, here's a jump shot. Shoot it." No.
Yeah, but
that nigga got on his bike. Mm-hmm. He got on his bike and made it happen.
Now, Austin Rivers. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was a nigga that was like, your father's great.
And that's
Go ahead.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you for validating my point.
And you see what he is, though.
Jackie Chan coming to say, hey, no, you won't work for your shit. And then when you eventually ready for, to do with it, here you go, brother.
I'm joking, though. Austin Rivers definitely.
Nah, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. Fuck out here. Don't try to cut that shit back. When have you ever seen Austin Rivers that man? Nah, I ain't know the nigga existed.
Nah, chill.
And that nigga been in the league for like 15 years. But like I said, so I'm gonna go back to the point where I think, and like I said, we can always sit on the different sides of the spectrum, but I feel like it's a valid point to say, like, if you don't know what to do with this money, I can give it to you. If I give you $1 today, will you value that dollar tomorrow? No, I gave it to you, so you won't value it. If you want to join the stock market, I give you $1,000, and I started your brokerage account, would you respect that account? No, because you didn't work for the money. I gave you the money. Mm-hmm. My mentor, and you know what I mean, he's a family member. Mm-hmm. And I remember we talked. And I know, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, you tell me all about these stocks and all this stuff. Like, you could just give me the money to start the fucking account. Never once gave me $1. Mm-hmm. Not once. Ever offered it to me. Mm-hmm. And his theory is that if you give somebody something, they don't value it the same way if they earn it.
Yeah, but I think that's different than saying that you got wealth and then you trying to.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's the same thing. Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got stores like Cooper's. You got stores like what's the other sandwich spot? Sandwiches Unlimited. I know they're not the same stature because they're fairly new compared to like Cooper's. Right? Those stores are where right now? They're gone. They don't exist no more. You got one store. I think. What's the? I don't know the other store, but like whatever happened to these stores? The kids didn't upkeep them. They didn't keep up with them.
But the thing is,
they didn't keep up with them.
It's not even a point that kids didn't keep up with them. They probably just didn't want to do that shit. I don't want to.
It's true, but in the same sense.
But they could sell. I don't want to do this shit. I'm about to sell it. Like
but
it's not. Like, a lot of people have to follow somebody's foot. If my dad ran a fucking fast food chain, nigga, do I gotta do the same thing too? I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. Sell that shit so I don't have to worry about that shit no more. And I move on to
And I
something
think
else.
that's fine.
Exactly.
In the same sense, did they teach them the fundamentals of assets? Because just as well as, okay, I don't want to do that. But in the same sense, a CEO half the time, we CEO of a company, I'm sure there's 50 things that they don't give a fuck about that they don't like to do. You appoint somebody to do that shit. These franchises last through generations. My grandfather was like, yeah, I'm about to go to Jimmy Buff's. So to this day, I can go to Jimmy Buff's.
I think that
Still to this day. Still to this day, I can go to Jimmy Buff's today.
Yeah, but that's like, you know how many owners Jimmy Buff had? That's not the same Jimmy Buffs that he used to go to.
Right, but I'm pretty sure she's still in the family. Certain ones are still in the family.
You
Yes,
can
it
go
is.
let's go ask.
Certain ones are still in the
After
family.
we finish this, we can go out.
Let's do it.
You
I
know
live
what
down
I'm
the street from it.
saying?
You feel me?
That shit is not the same thing.
I'm sick.
Who owns it?
Do I know who own it?
No.
I'm not going to details because I didn't do my research on that. I'm not saying hey, do that. Yeah, did the James family own it? I don't know, but my idea is that if you teach some people, the thing is you can't take them. If you always bring somebody water, how can you teach them to hunt?
You forget what I.
If you never teach somebody how to hunt, how can you expect them to eat? They'll fucking starve. That's my point. If you never teach somebody how to hunt, how can they eat?
Fish.
You got to teach them to fish. You have to teach them to fish first.
All right, so
You have to teach them how to fend for themselves in order for them to actually have a actual life.
I get what you said.
If my head is always, it's a go over there.
But
I got
from
a
the
stock of
From
fish.
the very start, though, I said you teach them wealth management. You teach them this from the very beginning.
You can teach
If a
anybody anything,
a
but if they
person
never
go out-
witness
if
it.
a person go out, like if a kid grows up to be a fucking loser, you're gonna blame the parents? I gave this nigga all the tools that he needed to go out there and be successful. He wanted to be a fucking loser. That's on him.
But it's crazy
You're giving
because
people all the tools.
you sound like corporate America.
I've been around.
You sound like corporate. I appreciate that nigga said.
Yo,
That nigga said. That's the quickest. That nigga ever accepted some shit on this fucking podcast. That nigga said, "Yeah, you got it."
nah, chill.
I have never seen no shit. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Nah,
But it's crazy because
But it's not.
we gotta skip this conversation. That nigga just did it the whole conversation. That nigga said, yeah. You sound like corporate America.
Man.
God damn. It's kind of crazy, bro. The oppressed killed us, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
I guess you can stick on kids though. Somebody said,
Oh, man.
Somebody had somebody said, I'd much rather let my 13-year-old play Doom or Resident Evil than for them to be on social media apps actively engaging with strangers.
So they'd rather have their kids play graphic games.
Call of Duty shit.
Graphic
like that.
games than to allow their kids to be on the internet. Okay. I don't see nothing wrong with that. At one point in time, that was our escape to, I'm gonna say, the dark side. Playing games like Grand Theft Auto and shit like that. Your grandmother or your parent found out how vulgar that shit was. What they were saying on it. It was like, we gotta ban this.
Yeah,
We gotta ban this.
Keep getting what this person said though.
Right.
This person said, if my kid wants to play single player games, even if they have gore, horror, sex scenes, I don't mind letting them play these games because I trust my ability to guide them and point them out and explain potential problematic areas. With social media, you can't do that.
No. I think with social media, it's hard to tell these people that this is fake.
So I think
It's hard to tell people that that image is fake. Think about that, right? We believe that all these rappers are living the life that they live in because they portray themselves one way on social media. I'm in the hood, Soulja Boy. I'm good anywhere I go. I'm in the hood. You know what I mean? He portrayed that image. Then he got knocked out, and then it changed. So I think like with social media, it's all about perspective. And everybody only put the good shit out there anyway. Now with gaming, you can always tell them this is fake. I think kids realize that it's fake real quick because I swore up and down I had the most will on Grand Theft Auto. Got behind the car and couldn't do shit with it. Couldn't do shit with it.
no matter how hard.
Only thing I learned off Grand Theft Auto was how to use a map. that motherfucker's to the T.
That's a fact.
Other than that, everything else, like, yeah, you can shoot. I damn sure didn't shoot like this.
I learned how to load up on a punch too.
That's it. That bitch.
On a Vice City, rolling down the street.
That bitch cotton back.
Let it go.
But that's it. So I feel like you can not easily, but you can definitely find a way to taper that to real life and help that kid as opposed to social media when they're exposed to so much shit. I'm sorry, yo. These kids are more exposed to shit than we ever was at this age.
I think this person went on. He said, but with social media, things are totally different. While Instagram and Facebook, Snapchat still let you engage with just your friends, many others just open up to the public and anyone can engage. Things like Discord, Twitter are pretty much everything section, pretty much every comment section under an online video, online game, voice lobbies. Knowing that those aren't codes and pixels, but a real human being makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He said, not to say that we should just ban social media, but that anything that just opens up to the public should have a 17 and older tag on it. How do you feel about that? I mean, so it's in conjunction to what
right.
you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So,
I get it, and at this point, my feelings was all this shit is. They should start from square one. They gotta get a chirp, that mobile flip phone, up until you get of age. We had that shit, nigga. We didn't have a cell phone. We had to ride the bike to the person's house to go see where they at. I feel like you give these kids so much access to the world so quick, they don't know what to do with it.
Because you don't
understand it, right? You don't understand it.
Told them about shit.
Right, so it's like, and who teaches them? The internet.
And the thing is, like, if you
Nigga, I can YouTube anything.
Yeah.
Nigga, I YouTube, when I first got our camera, I YouTube how to fucking use it. I ain't read no fucking booklet. I didn't pop the CD in and see what the fuck. No, I went to YouTube and just watched it. You can go to YouTube on how to build a bomb. You know what I'm saying? So with these kids, and it's funny because they use it for everything.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Now, I'm not condoning that at all. You know, they, like, literally, they use it for everything but what they should use it for.
Yeah. I mean, I think, how can I put it? Like, if you're not telling your kid, like, your kid is beautiful. Like, I know a lot of these people like to give their kids Instagram and shit like that. They think it's cool and stuff like that. And I'm on the same side as you. I mean, for once we agree with something.
This ain't word. Everybody like, damn, finally.
But I'm on the same side as you. It's like, imagine like your 13-year-old girl, 13-year-old daughter online. Any nigga can send her a friend request and talk to her. That like blows my mind.
Little Jimmy, Big Jimmy.
You know what I'm saying? You got some niggas out here that
Otis.
That's a possible all potential threats. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of makes me cringe a little bit. Where it's like, damn, like really, like you interacting with all of these people over here. You get what I'm saying?
It's kind of cringing, actually.
Yeah. And then also, like when somebody posted the picture, like when your daughter posted the picture online, and underneath the comments like, "Oh, you ugly as fuck," this and that. If you're not telling your daughter she's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Then those comments are harsh and effective.
Well,
the video game would never tell you that you're fucking up.
Right. So, and I think the only thing about that is that I feel like even if social media is so broad, man, and like
I think that's why
that's
why that 17
it consumes you.
Should be on that.
It consumes you. And I think even now,
we have those on movies.
Right.
Like remember before we used to try to sneak into the AMC theater.
Rated R.
Yeah.
Nigga be sitting looking at you like ID now.
Yeah, ID. You don't got it, you can't go in there. You know what I'm saying? And you can't even get somebody to buy your ticket because they used to be on it. They used to guard that type of content like that. You know what I'm saying? But now this shit is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? PG-13 they got fucking going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
got a little nip slip on there. And
you know what I'm saying? They got everything up there.
So,
like, like it's crazy. Miley Cyrus hosting shit. Like she was on what? She was just on
Teen Choice. She was
Teen Choice or some shit like that. She busted it open. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so how I see it is that like when you think about it, right? Social media has a bigger effect on our kids than we do. To be completely honest. You can be an upstanding citizen, multi-million dollars. I mean, make multi-million dollars, and your kid be inspired by the drug dealer. We've heard stories like this. We've seen prime example, Riff Raff. That nigga was inspired by drugs and guns and everything else.
That nigga's a spoof.
That nigga's just 100%.
He's something
A
different.
caricature of culture. The nigga is successful too, in his eyes. To me, he's not. He's successful as hell.
He's successful.
So
I mean, it depends on what you
how I
do.
see it is that social media has more influence than we do on our kids. That's why I think you got to be careful.
Yeah,
you got to be careful. You have to be careful. And if that means keeping your kid off social media for a while, that you have to do it. But they sneak and do the shit anyway. But even if you tell your kid you're beautiful, it's still chances that they're gonna still feel like they're ugly because everybody in the world telling them they're ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody from Japan told them that they're ugly. Everything you said is nice, it's fine, it's glory, I appreciate it. But the girl in Japan told me I was ugly. So I feel like that's when mental health is super, important. It's super important. You know what I mean? Teach your kids the value in mental health and the value of self-love. Because if you don't self-love, then anything that somebody can say to you will definitely affect you in one way or another. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's easier said than done, but definitely practice that. Practice self-love. And I think people, if people practice self-love, they'll be fine.
I mean, let me get on to something I guess a little lighter. We talked about a bunch of kids shit. Unless you got anything else with the kids, no?
Nah, we straight. Just keep rocking, man.
All right, so I got it says I don't know if you read this article. It says urgent need: U.S. to donate 750,000 COVID vaccines doses to Taiwan.
That sound like death.
Mm-hmm. So
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to say that.
So the United States will share 750,000 COVID-19 vaccines doses to Taiwan. And why does she, bro? I gotta stop this X video so she keep popping up.
That nigga is wild, boy. That nigga spammed his phone. It's over.
750,000 COVID-19 vaccine doses to Taiwan as part of the country's plan to share shots globally, offering this much needed boost to the island fights against the pandemic. So it's this country's way of globally sharing shots. I want a Johnson & Johnson a part of that.
Just saying, man. Anytime somebody give out something free, it comes with a cost. I'm just saying, man, like that shit right there just baffles me because they say, oh, this comes from Asia and things like that. I know Taiwan is a little bit off that, but you know, what possesses somebody just to give out vaccines like that? When you got people that's dying in your country, people that don't want to take this shit, but you just giving it out to people.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think because China said they wasn't helping with shit, China was actually going to cut back on a lot of shit. So it's, you know, it's U.S. way of trying to step in and saying, hey, if China's not going to do it,
We got you.
I think I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's in this article. Yeah, so I think China tried to block them from accepting vaccines internationally, which Beijing got rid of. But yeah, I think that was the reason for U.S. trying to step in and do something. U.S. got this long history with China, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't know what this fascination is with China, or whatever the case may be, bro. They gotta get this shit. They gotta.
All I gotta do is trade LeBron James, put LeBron James over there, it'll be alright.
Shit, nah, he don't want to go. That nigga LeBron don't want to go over there.
Let's get on that topic a little bit, yo. So, obviously, LeBron just got kicked out the fucking finals. I mean, not the finals, but the playoffs.
I was smoking on his pack too the other day. I was smoking on that little Bron. I had to light that Bron up, man.
It's the only thing I know for a fact, haven't spoken on being a Suns fan in 10 years.
Wasn't nothing to talk about. Wasn't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Nah! Nigga know 4 players on that whole team. Don't even know the coach.
We here now.
But I find it crazy because this thing don't matter. Don't care. So why do so many people want to see this man fail?
That pack is strong too. It's strong like that. That Brian pack is strong. Oh man.
That's a good brother.
That's a good. Listen.
Why do so many people want to see this man fail? It baffles me because we joke, we play, you know what I mean? We have fun and everything, but people really envy this man. Why do you want to see a man who's so successful fail? And that just really kind of plays in my head like, when we finally get a black man that don't have no dirt on his shoulders, all we do is put this man down. We witnessing greatness. He have literally gave more people rings than any other fucking player in history. This nigga went gave him ring. There's so many people in there that should have never had a ring.
J.R. Smith, you one of them, nigga.
Nah, that's a South boy. He good. He good. Hey, but they come for you, nigga. They know where to find you. You heard?
He from Jersey. I don't care a fuck about
that. Nigga from the South. You heard?
Nah, he from Jersey.
Yeah, he ain't from the South.
Oh, what?
The South Ward.
Nah, he ain't from the South.
Yes, he was. What? Okay.
Nigga from the South.
Ask anybody in the South about him. All right, bro. So he gave so many people rings. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Kyrie would have never got his first ring without LeBron. If LeBron never came back to Cleveland, he would have never got out and made his Boston. Who would Kyrie have been if it never happened? And now I love Kyrie. He's a Jersey boy.
Still would have been great.
He's a Jersey boy. I fucks with Kyrie heavy. But let's be honest. Where would these players be if they never met LeBron?
He still would be great.
He still would be great. Would he have had that first ring then? No.
He would doing this shit.
Probably. But let's be honest, bro. Like, he would have never got his first ring.
Yeah.
What would his situation look like if LeBron never came back to Cleveland?
I think I don't know.
What would his situation be if LeBron never came? So we would never know. We would never know. And I hate to get into the.
You bigging LeBron up right now, and I don't want to say anything to make it sound like I'm shitting on LeBron because I believe you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bigging up LeBron too, but I don't want to say anything that's what makes it.
No. I'm about to. So I hate to get into the what ifs, right? But the fact of the matter is, why do people want to see him fail so bad?
It's a strong black man.
That's it. That's my point. He has done nothing. He's done nothing but try to be a great ambassador of the game.
He's powerful. He has single-handedly changed the NBA.
He's never in public. Never talked down on his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a domestic abuse thing. Never got arrested for drinking and driving. He's sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual assault. You know what I mean? He's been the epitome of what a black man should be. Mm-hmm. He's made more millionaires than half these niggas have done in 10 years. Maverick Carter. Mm-hmm. Rich Paul was somebody before meeting LeBron, but he wasn't this Rich Paul. You know what I mean? He brought his whole team on. Mm-hmm. And made his whole team moguls. He's doing the things that Jay-Z talk about. What's better than 1 millionaire? 2. You know what I mean? So he's done everything that everybody told him that he couldn't do.
Mm-hmm. He ain't fucking on a random person. You know what I'm saying?
He's going home to his wife. He's taking care of his kids. His kids are well taken care of. And niggas, oh yeah, bitch. Fuck him. Like.
He probably can't fight. That's probably what it was.
But the nigga's 6'8". I'm not trying to fight this nigga.
My only gripe with that nigga, man, he just need to cut his fucking head. He's gonna ball.
Him and Durant too, cause that shit that Durant got, that shit get worse by the day.
Like that shit is falling off his head. Like, just cut that shit.
That nigga,
just cut that shit, man. How do you even comb that shit? Like Durant know not to put the brush up there.
That shit gonna break.
Yeah, but LeBron and Trae Young, them niggas try to brush that.
Nah, that nigga Trae Young, they got a little.
He got a
little tumbleweed up there.
Like if you take like an aerial view and just look down, you'll sway 96.
Remember, drop the lollipop on the floor, pull that bitch back up.
Shit, Libby. She got all types of hair and lint. Shit spotty.
With that pistol grip chin. But it's like this man did nothing or does nothing but be the man that everybody ideally want everybody to be. And I get it, and it's like, because he has poor sportsmanship, he has this. But it's crazy because then we glorify Kobe going at niggas at practice like, what you gonna do?
Course, yeah.
What you gonna do?
That's great.
Jordan knocking niggas out at practice.
You need that.
You need that, but let LeBron knock.
That's the thing about it. LeBron ain't knocking niggas out during practice.
Let LeBron would have knocked Kyrie out. Niggas, oh man, why would he do? Kyrie was a great he ain't supposed to be doing that.
But he never had it with his players though. It was always against other people.
Who?
LeBron. I never heard about LeBron having a fallout with his players. Besides him and Kyrie, I don't know what that broke.
But you know where that came. But that stems from Kyrie wanting his own, and that's fair. It was like nobody wants to live under LeBron's light, because that light is different than anybody else's light. Let's be completely honest. That's why people don't want to play with LeBron. Because that light is different, bro. Brandon Ingram. Nigga was struggling under LeBron. Struggling. Go to motherfucking New Orleans, not one camera crew coming down there to see him. The nigga putting up 50.
Crazy.
He putting up 50.
They got Zion down there.
True.
Big boy. All the niggas. Even what's name went down there.
Let's be
Cameras
honest.
down there.
Let's be honest.
Cameras
Let's
is
be
down
honest. They hype Zion up. Zion is not living up to the player that they want him to be.
Cameras is down there, bro. He stays hurt.
I get you.
He's hurt.
Let's be honest. Zion is not living up to the player that everybody wanted him to be. Let's stop it. Let's stop that. So I'm gonna go back to the point that it's not there anymore. They don't have that beam of light. If they miss a shot, they miss a shot.
But they have.
They're not asking Zion about. They're not asking Brandon Ingram about Zion. They're not asking Zion about Brandon Ingram. You gonna play with LeBron? Oh yeah. Well, guess what? LeBron missed a shot. How you feel about that? It always seemed like they put player to player when it's LeBron. Cal, what's his name? What's his name? The guy that went to Philly.
Yeah, that went to Philly.
The shooter.
Corbin?
Nah, the other dude, the black dude that had one.
Danny Green.
Danny Green. Danny Green missing shots for decades.
You bugging.
I'm just saying, but he made shots, but he missed shots too. He missed shots too.
You know you're from Queens, right?
I get you. He missed shots too.
You know you're from Queens, right?
I ain't worried about nothing. say what? Say not what. But he missed shots before. But why this shot he missed is more highlighted than any other missed shot that he ever had? Why? He's missing shots in playoffs before. But LeBron, oh, you on LeBron's team, you miss a shot? Oh my fucking God.
That ain't LeBron.
You the worst person ever. You the worst person ever. And it's not LeBron saying it, it's the media. Danny Green can't shoot. He the worst shooter in the world. I can't believe he ass. Schroeder. Best fucking player last year. Most threes. Going to LeBron? Oh, he the worst fucking player ever.
Nah, I like Schroeder.
You're scrutinized though. You're scrutinized differently when you're under LeBron as opposed to any other player.
Where LeBron at?
This guy ain't smoking that pack, yeah? It is what it is. What happens, happened. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I think we need to do a better job at protecting people who's doing right by the community.
Appreciate you this year, bro. You did a lot this year. I appreciate you.
Nigga talking to this singer.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
man.
I couldn't finish you. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you.
So that's my whole thing, man. I just feel like you gotta do a better job of that, man. I do a better job at protecting our kings while they're here. You know what I mean? The nigga helped, along with other players, built a school. Built a high school too. Doing scholarships. Getting people off to college.
How Dr. Umar shit coming on? You know updates on that Dr. Umar shit? No? Word.
I man, Dr. Umar alone, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, I love Dr. Umar. I'm just saying, you ain't get no updates in the school.
Nah, I don't got nothing on that shit. It's fucked up, man. But yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean, with all the help and everything like that, I think we need to do better protecting our black kings while they here, you know, and protecting them, man. You know what I mean? Last but not least, I gotta talk about this topic, man, because this shit came up and nigga, I'm fucking nobody say O.J. Simpson need to shut the fuck up.
Who?
O.J. Simpson. He just shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, nah, he
He
definitely.
just shut the fuck up. He don't. So he said Bill Cosby should be doing whatever the fuck it takes for him to get home to his family. So
I'm confused. I'm confused. So, you said.
So O.J. Simpson, the man who allegedly murdered his kid's wife. His kid's mom. Came out and spoke on Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, he was offered a deal. He plead guilty, do a program, he come home. Y'all can fact check me if I'm a little off, but that's the thing right here, right? So as opposed to Bill Cosby pleading guilty to come home early, he didn't want to do it. So he's gonna remain in jail until they file a motion, whatever the case may be, or he's convicted or not convicted. So O.J. Simpson came out and said, "How dare you? Why wouldn't he do that? When I was locked up, I had to speak to people, speak to counselors and everything just to get back home to my family. He should be doing whatever it takes to get back home to his family."
He never pleaded guilty though.
Cool.
OJ.
Why didn't he?
OJ didn't plead guilty.
Not to. Oh, I'm sorry. That was my fault. Not to the murder, but remember when he was like wilding on people about stealing his merchandise and selling.
That was way after though.
That was way after. So that's what I meant. So
Nobody
that's
gave a
what
fuck about OJ at that point.
Right. So he pled guilty to that shit. He pled guilty to being wrong. Pled guilty of wrongdoing.
Yeah, but
So he said that in order to get home to his family, he had to plead guilty. He had to go call the people, talk to the people who were selling his merchandise, apologize to them and everything, like they go to counsel and everything, just so he can get home. So he pled guilty to that.
Yeah.
Even though they sold his merchandise, he pled guilty.
Yeah, but we talking about like that's not even the close. That crime is not
Right.
even close. To
So what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah,
First of all,
the first shit. Like,
you telling this man to plead guilty to raping women? Man, shut the fuck up, man.
That nigga ain't trying.
Who you? Man, shut the fuck up, bro. And that's no disrespect. Shut the fuck up, bro.
All disrespect.
You first of all, that's one thing is he disassociated himself with the black community years ago. You ain't black. Period.
What's that nigga name?
Who? O.J. Simpson? What's his name? What you mean? What's
His
his name?
real name. That's his real name.
I think it's like Otis or some weird shit like that. It started with O, but you're not black. You disassociated yourself with the black community once you had them dollars. So don't fucking come over here and speak on black topics. The fuck out of here. You tell this man to plead guilty to rape, drugging people. That's not fucking okay. That's not okay. Tell this man to give up everything he fucking worked for. If that man plead guilty to that, he lose everything. Bad enough, everything already on the back burner. He lose everything for some fucking lies.
I think OJ Simpson's like the white mascot though that comes out and try to talk bad about all black niggas. He was the same nigga that said something about LeBron, saying LeBron need to shut up and stop jumping to everything every time something come up. He was the same dude that's saying that. Now he's the same dude.
House nigga.
Yeah, I don't want to say house nigga. This nigga's like, he's a different type.
He the house slave of Django. I don't know that nigga name. But like, bro, shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Cause white people don't believe you. Black people don't believe you. You need some relevance at this point. We've been washed our hands with you. White people washed their hands with you once the what's the name situation happened.
Nah, he owe a couple more black lives. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga here, man.
Nah, he owe a few more black lives. That's why he's doing that.
Shut the fuck up, bro. For me to him, shut the fuck up. We don't need to hear nothing from you. You telling this man to give up his livelihood, everything he worked for, to get the fuck home? I'm confused what you're doing here, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. That's fucked up, B. Because you gave up your life. You want to tell somebody to give up?
He didn't give up his life.
I'm just saying for that just basically just willing to be convicted for some shit that you didn't do in order just to get back home. Come on, bro. That's crazy. That's like Central Park 5. Told those kids to, just plead guilty to this. And y'all going home. And the kids stayed there for years. That's fucked up, bro. I feel like some people just need to shut up, man. Some people really just need to shut up, man.
Get rid of it. I mean, on some black greatness. I mean, I think it's an upcoming show coming out. It's a 4-part documentary of Muhammad Ali. It's coming out on PBS.
What? Coming out where?
PBS.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. They ain't trying to get over on people. They ain't trying to make you pay for nothing. PBS is an educational channel, and kids can watch that.
There ain't gonna be nothing salacious. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
You ain't gonna be out there with 4 different wives.
I appreciate
fucking
that.
on, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be, you get me?
Content.
I forget the guy's name that's doing it. You know, I think it's Ken Burns, I believe, that's actually doing what's the name? The production of it, I believe. But
Definitely tip my hat off to that.
September 19th through the 22nd, I believe.
That's fucking fire.
Yeah,
Congratulations, man. That's something good for people. That's something good for the youth, and they can watch that shit free. You know what I mean? You don't need no all the subscription, nigga. If you got an antenna, you good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like you should definitely go stream that. Definitely go watch that, and and tell your kids to watch that.
Like Muhammad Ali, white people didn't come around Muhammad Ali until he got quiet, till he couldn't talk. So when he couldn't talk, now people want to surround themselves saying how good of a man he was and stuff like that because he couldn't talk. Niggas wasn't fucking with him when he was talking. He was brass, he was saying it how it was, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He was a strong black man. You get me? Strong black Muslim man. He was telling you how it was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fall for no shit. He didn't take no shit. So, but it's quite interesting. They got it on PBS, so that's really good.
That's really dope, man.
It's another episode. I mean, it's another show too. I know I'm late to the party on it, but it's a show called Master of None. It's like a comedy sketch show. It's by Aziz Ansari. It's like a little short Indian dude. I don't know if you've seen him before. Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's a really good. What's the name? You should watch it. Take a look at it. That shit, I've been like binge watching this like 3 seasons. Like, it's really good, man.
I'm watching Godfather of Harlem. Shit good. My man Forrest Whitaker.
I gotta get into that.
Nah, that shit actually pretty good. I mean, not to glorify anything. I just think overall their acting and everything like that is pretty good. So I actually really fucking enjoy that. But yeah, for sure, man. So I mean, if y'all stayed, you know what I mean, for this podcast, if you like the content, you like what we talk about, you know, feel free to, you know, like, comment, subscribe, you know, keep pushing, you know, keep motivating us to continue to, you know, put more episodes on everything.
As he'd say that, I'm gonna like this brown pack up a little bit more.
That's just, this nigga is wow. Yo. But like I said, man, we appreciate y'all for us, you know what I mean, for definitely staying all the way through, you know what I mean? We really appreciate it. Oh, that shit hit different, you heard?
Oh, man.
We appreciate y'all. Hey, D, can I get a thank you?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That brown pack. Scrown.